Hello there guys and girls, this is the Prussian Prince with our Rome 2 tournament video. This is the Grandmaster Championship tournament, round of 8, match between Erijami and Llewelin of Agartha. This is game 1, Erijami is Rome and Llewelin of Agartha is playing as Pontus. Now there is something I need to tell you before I actually start commentating this battle. That is that Ro8 actually joined me in the second battle. But basically what I mean is that I was also not in the first battle, which is why I'm recording this one from the replay. But second battle onward, they're all gonna be commentated alongside with Ro8, just because we were not there at the time when they played the first game. So yeah, it should become more interesting with the second battle as I do get Ro8. Now, let me begin commentating this game. So, Erijami, he has, let's see, General and Bodyguard. Interesting that he doesn't use Legatus, instead he prefers something else. Then he has up front 4 units of Triarii. This is very interesting. Then he has some swords to back him up. It seems 1 Evocati cohort on the left flank, 1 veteran legionary on the right flank, and then 2 legionaries in the center. In terms of cav, he has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, he has 4 legionary cav units. Actually, no, never mind. 2 legionary cav with his general, and then 1 Sociequitus on each of his flanks. As for Llewelin, who's playing as Pontus, it seems to have, I would assume, 2 or 3 Scythian horse archers. You can see at least 2 here. 2 noble blood cav. His general is an Pontic royal cav unit. Then up front he's got 6 spikes, yeah, as expected. He's also got some mercenary Celtic warriors, another noble blood cav over there. East notches, I would assume at least 3 of those, I guess. Maybe he doesn't have as many, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so he's got another East notch over there. Can't really see the whole army that Llewelin is bringing, because it's kind of hidden in the forest right now. That is why we cannot really see it. And we can only see Erijami because we're watching from his perspective. As you can see, Erijami seems to use 1 control group formation, or at least he's using the left click and drag feature that Rome 2 implemented. Either of them. And you can see his eastern arches. The eastern arches are actually starting to fire and get some HP damage off on those Triarii and veteran legionaries. Nice flanking shots from the Scythian horse archers. However, the legionaries are in the forest, so they're not really taking as much damage. These are Triarii, they're beasts in terms of armor. Look at them, they have like 95 armor. Really hard to take those guys down with by skirmishing. But definitely possible if you get the right angle. Let's see, it's Scythian horse archers targeting the veteran legionary. It seems like they're firing at the Triarii, not really doing much. Look, they're just getting, they only got 7 kills and they already wasted so much ammo. It's just really not worth it at all for Llewelin at the moment. And yes, he's got another mercenary Celtic warrior over here. He does have 3 eastern notches, as said before. Looks like the engagement should actually start soon. Let's see. Have a cav charge coming in, and the pikemen are not actually in formation. This is going to be a great cav charge. But he should pull immediately because the pikes will go down, and they do go down. And look at this legionary cav. It should start dying very soon. Look at it, it's down to 57. He really should have pulled out immediately, but he waited a bit too long. And yeah, look at that. Now he's starting to use some of his cav units. Same here, down to 30. Here down to 35 or so. Oh, Pontic Royal Cavalry wanted to engage, but smartly Llewelin pulled out his general. We still have the Scythian horse archers. They're actually getting some better volleys off right now because they're not firing into the forest. So they should be getting slightly more kills. As you can see, Erijami is really spread out, so he doesn't really take as much damage from skirmishing units. He has a huge front, and here you can see that This engagement here, I would say that it favors him because he's got an Evocati and the Triaria in it, whereas Llewelin's got Celtic Warriors and 2 Noble Blood Cav. Now, of course, he's gonna pull out the Noble Blood Cav, which is good, but he's gonna take extra damage from the Saucy Equites, and he's gonna have to give away his Celtic Warriors now. And his Pontic Royal Cav General is in grave danger here, but he has to use it to slow down the enemy, I think, and get more volleys off with his City and Horse Archers. Finally, they're starting to pay for themselves, getting some nice flanking shots. And look at this, Erijami smartly targeting the General of Llewelin, because it would be important to kill him. Legionary Cav coming back for Erijami, and here comes a flanking maneuver, and Noble Blood Cav charging into Legionary Cav. Erijami does not notice this and gets his Legionary Cav charged. Good move by Llewelin here, and he was actually able to get some kills with his pikemen because Erijami did not pull back in time from these pikes. Again, very few kills, but still every little bit counts. Those pikes here are not actually fighting, and they're allowing the Celtic Warriors to die. This is a big issue for Llewelin because he's fighting in piecemeal. He should be using his Celtic Warriors in support of pikemen, not using his Celtic Warriors separately, I think. Here this pikeman unit is gonna get overrun by like way too many units. Triaria, Legionaries, it's just way too many units for the pikeman to handle. Of course, it also got skirmished down, I believe. But yeah, Erijami is playing War of Attrition here. He has a lot more melee units. Basically, he has 4 Triaria and he has 4 really strong sword units, which he managed to use pretty well here, as you can see in the battle. He's gonna try and break through the pikes, but I'm not sure about this. I mean, he might be able to do it, but this is certainly not cost effective. Yeah, I guess he'll be able to do it because the pikes are in a really wide formation. I'm not really sure about using pikes in this wide formation because I don't like them as much. Here come the chariots, and they're gonna start to get some kills, but they already got intercepted by Legionary Cav, and they're gonna start to get shot, so they might actually start losing men. And actually, I don't like using these skirmishes here because might be killing his own chariots with friendly fire, which is a big deal. It's also the same case with elephants, especially elephants. Like you should not fire your own missiles in a fight where you have your own elephants unless you desperately need to use flaming shot or something, which again is very risky. Very risky thing to do. But the chariots, he hasn't really done anything with them. He's gonna kill part of that cav unit, but he's gonna lose more of his chariots. And look, pikemen here are actually falling for Llewelin. They're now basically encircled by cav, by swords, and they're finally gonna break and rout off the field. These pikes here are fine, but they didn't really get engaged, which is why they're fine. And here we have some more maneuvering by Erijami. He actually got into the back of Llewelin, and Llewelin's got very little ammo left, or he just decided to why not charge in because he knows that doesn't really have much chance left. Those horse archers did not really get many kills, and let's see the stats. 32 and 40, not many kills, again because a lot of the time they were just firing into the forest. Chariots not really effective because of friendly fire, because of enemy skirmish fire, and because of Legionary Cav. Interesting that they died so quickly. They did get 77 kills at the end of the day, but nowhere near cost effective. Now for Erijami, let's see. We have Legionary Cav didn't really do much, again because they were a bit wasted early on. Saucy Equites did okay-ish. Slingers did not do much either, but they were targeting the enemy general, and they were targeting the chariots, so I guess you can say that they're cost effective. Vigiles did okay for their cost, Evocatis did pretty well here, Triaria tanked a lot. Basically the melee infantry here is what won Erijami the game, which is what you would expect because Rome really has strong infantry. As for Llewelin, you can see that none of his units did particularly well. I guess his Eastern Archers got most cost effective. I don't know. Or his Horse Archers did the best. I guess his Archers did better. Anyway, See you in game number 2. Now I'm gonna go over the builds, seeing as the Ripped actually lost connection to the game, so I have to do it myself. We have Armenia for Llewelin of Agartha, so he's actually using the new faction. Then we have, as his general, Real Cataphracts. He's got 3 horse archers on the left flank. As for more cav, let's see, 3 more Noble Blood Cav. So 4 Noble Blood Cav in total. Then he has, let's see, 5 Eastern Archers, really strong and cost-effective, cheap archers. They have a lot of missile damage, 35. Then we have, interestingly enough, 6 units of Axemen. As for Erijami, he's actually playing Athens, I believe. And at the moment he seems to be boxing up slightly. But for his units, he's got 4 Citizen Cav. Interesting, that is Citizen Cav. I would bring Tarentines, personally, because I like them in the current patch a lot. But I'm not sure how you can use Citizen Cav, but we shall see.
Well, it seems that Citizen Cavalry, at least in patch 14, was quite decent. They seem to be cost effective in most cases against infantry.
But Tarentine is more versatile, I think. And
Yeah,
so
that's for sure.
Then we have, let's see, 1 Mercenary Veteran Hoplite on each flank, and in the back we have 2 Militia Hoplites supporting the general unit, a picked Hoplite. Then he has 3 Mercenary Rhodian Slingers, 3 Thorax Swords, 3 Thorax Hoplites. So he hasn't really brought any pikes as Athens, which I guess is kind of normal, because Athens really specializes in terms of hoplites, so really that's exactly what he brought. Whereas Llewelin's faction, Armenia, specializes in nice skirmishing units, which is what he brought, and decent cavalry. He also brought some cataphracts, so will be interesting. He also has some axemen. And they also have the unique, well, not unique, I believe other factions have it too, but they have the Cardly Axemen, which factions like Parthia don't have, I think, as far as I recall. And hello, Total War Official, once again. Welcome to our stream.
It seems like both players go for quite a monolithic approach. It's like army against army while holding formation, but I can see that Llewelin split his skirmishes and his swords now.
Yeah. Is it it's working fine? Like, no issues? I'm recording and streaming at the same time.
Well, streaming is... well, it sometimes buffers for me. It's probably because of Twitch. Yeah. But obviously Llewelin does quite a simple but not always obvious thing. He tries to switch his skirmishes to his left flank so that they shoot at enemy from the right.
Yes.
Where shields will not protect them. So something seemingly simple but fairly important.
He already lost 1 Eastern Archer though. It might come back. It's just routed. And he's actually taken quite a lot of damage on his on another archer unit. It's down to 77, but still. He did almost kill a Rhodian Slinger, but those Rhodians have already done a lot of damage to his Eastern Archer units. And he actually is using his Force Archers to shoot at the Rhodian Slinger from the right flank, so that he can get an edge in the skirmish fight as well. And now one of his Eastern Archers actually came back from routing. But I'm not sure what to think, because this is gonna be hard for Llewelin to break this kind of formation that Erijami is using.
Yeah, well, I wonder how skirmishes counterplay in this patch. Like previously, from what I remember, slingers were almost always the way to go, unless you want a tool against elephants, which were archers.
I think slingers are still... elite slingers are still best in the missile engagement. But it's pretty close, I think, between them and archers now.
And formations are different. Erijami uses very spread out formation decrease impact of skirmishes, obviously, while Llewelin uses a bit more compact infantry formations, which should work better in melee, I think.
Yeah, he goes
And,
about 2 ranks deep with his hoplites, it seems, and swords. Interestingly enough, 2-3 ranks deep, so very, very spread out.
I'm actually quite interested how in 15 patches formational attack changed.
We have
Would be
a
interesting.
cav charge into the picked hoplites, but that's into the picked hoplites, not really doing anything, and his Eastern archers are getting actually killed. And those slingers are not Eastern archers, but cataphracts. Yeah, he's actually losing his cataphracts and noble blood cav to slingers. And that picked hoplite killed 11 men. However, this noble blood cav, he actually got into the slinger. Unfortunately for him, the slinger was already down to 17 men, so was not really a big deal. He's trying to flank around with his Royal Cataphract Gen that has 36 out of 60 men left. He's gonna go for a cav charge into the Thorax Swordsman from the right, and it's not really braced. Should do some damage. And I wonder, Llewelin might actually be able to win this still, yeah.
I think it still mistakes the fact that cataphracts are not held for longer, because in this exact scenario, cataphracts rear charging would deal real damage.
Yeah. Oh, he's not microing his... Oh no, he is. No, he isn't. He's actually not microing his horse archers, and they're dying to militia hoplites. Now he's gonna pull them back. But he's losing his right flank to Erijami. And Erijami might actually kill the general of Llewelin if Llewelin doesn't pay enough attention. But same thing might be said about Erijami's general. His picked hoplite is getting focused by all those archers that Llewelin has. And it's down to 86 men. Granted, it's a hoplite unit, so it has lots of armor and good shields, but it's still gonna die.
I'm pretty sure Erijami got this game. Like,
yeah.
Obviously, I'm behind you by like a minute on the stream, but from what I can see, Erijami managed to get swords against swords. He have cavalry left, and he have hoplites, like, which for very late game probably would be the best unit.
Yeah, and now Llewelin is losing all of his archers. Like, he's basically losing 5 units of archers because Erijami got 2 citizen cav around. And those 2 citizen cav got into his Eastern archers. And now they're all going to die. So this is not looking very good for Llewelin at all. So, very interesting. Like, I haven't heard of Erijami before, but it seems like he is doing very well in the competitive community. Interestingly enough, nice to see fresh blood. Maybe he's actually somebody who just changed his name or something. I don't know. Would be interesting to know who he actually is, or if he's just new to the competitive scene. But he's done pretty well for himself so far in this tournament, especially by beating Greek Heracles.
Well. Sorry, my headphones. I don't know. In this game, it looked. How should I put it? It's what I probably dislike about Rome. It wasn't war of maneuvering, really. It was a war of formation and reserves. Like, there weren't really any flanking or fast charging, pulling out. Nothing of that did matter. What did matter is composition, formation, and getting like forces into fight in proper order. And like Erijami definitely got it better in this case. Llewelin didn't find any good use for his cataphracts.
Yeah. Like,
his general did okay, I guess, but others not.
And Zaxman, they're pretty cheap, so I guess they didn't really do badly. That being said, Thorax Swordsman didn't really do much for Erijami, but they
Archers
didn't
did
need to.
absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Horse archers, not enough to justify the cost, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Well, same can be told for slingers of Erijami, actually. 2 of his slingers probably did not pay their price. Tough to say, but it's just something that was annoying at the beginning of Rome as well. It's infantry-based army, which fights in the same way Rocky fought. It's like taking punches, and just being the last one to stay on the field in the end.
Well,
it's interesting. It's there is strategy in that, but I'm not sure I like it a lot. I prefer the war of maneuver rather than war of attrition. Let's see if I can join the game.
Okay. Well, there are. I mean, he did have a lot of infantry, so and Llewelin didn't get the proper charges off, as you said, with his cavalry. Though it's difficult to do that.
Yeah, well, it actually could have worked for him. In fact, using archers as a bait for, like, he probably didn't want to get his cataphracts away because he was afraid his archers would be vulnerable. Yeah. But whatever, let archers die. But if you create a front and charge from the back, but then again, there is hoplites blocking you from behind. It was really very nice total formation, and it wasn't particularly defensive. It was just slowly moving forward.
Yeah, and it worked very well. So let's see, game number 2, currently 1-0 for Erijami in this series. And this is game number 2, and Ro8's out of the game.
Yeah, because with me it seems to lag.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I did the intro again, because usually I just add all the videos together. So yeah, just something weird. That's part of the video. And it's 2 intros for 1 video. Can you believe it? You'll only see this on my channel, and I guess some on Ro8 sometimes. Anyway, the battle hasn't yet started, but we have Rome against the Seleucids. Not sure exactly how the matchup works. I actually don't know how. Oh wait, Ro8's gone. Oh wait, no, this is my bad. It appears that this is the 3rd game. I was told by one of the administrators of the tournament. And the first game will be cast as a replay. Okay, so basically it is currently 2-0, not 1-0 for Erijami. He's up 2-0 in this best of 5, which means he is on match point. So yeah, this is actually 2-0 Ro8. We missed the first game.
Yeah. I did miss it too. How it's called? My computer froze.
Oh.
When I left the lobby.
Strange.
Well, Rome just doesn't want me to play it. It happens. Well, anyway, so again, it's Rome against Seleucids, right?
Yes.
And I don't see... On the stream, I still don't see anything on the map.
Oh. It's just not started yet. It's still,
okay, you're not showing the factions.
No.
Okay.
Not showing the builds. So yeah, if Erijami wins this, he will be through to the next round, and you'll be playing against Stradomski, and then the winner of Ancient and Panda Warrior. One of those. Right, so the game has actually started. I'm gonna show you how things are. Basically, we have solutions for Erijami, and he has shield bearers here as his general. Then 1, 2, wait, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4 shield bearers in total, including his general. Then 1 through spear on each flank. He also has 4 citizen cav. He has a chariot unit, 5 Persian light archers. As for the Roman player, he has lots of legionaries, it seems. Evocati cohort, one of those, and Triarii. There is an engagement over here already. We have those Thura spears actually throwing Llewelin, and they now have fire at will, which is great. Is that you can leave units and they fire without you having to right click. Those that have Pila, the melee infantry. Anyway, here come the chariots for Erijami. He is starting to do some damage, but he's already lost one of them, and he's getting shot at, really. Like, this is pretty insane, those slingers that are shooting the chariot. Chariot might die, but it survives for now. It survives. Hasn't really done much though, and it's gonna be on very low HP the longer this game goes, because it's still getting shot at. But yeah, that was a pretty bad charge by Erijami with his chariots. He should have been a bit more careful. And he's with his shield bearer unit, he's actually destroying a Triarii. Those Thura spears, they're doing an insane job here. Like, this is like with those Pila,
behind.
Yeah, with those Pila, they're just shooting Pila at the rear of Evocati cohorts. Got like 16 kills, but that being said, I'm not sure if this is a good engagement for Erijami overall. It really depends on his chariots, which he actually got in right now, and he's got up to 150 kills with the chariots. He is getting close to 200 soon, we'll see. 165. There's still 8 of them, despite being shot at a lot by slingers. They're still doing a lot of damage here. And those Persian light archers are actually targeting the cav of Llewelin, which is a good idea, because cavalry is actually what deals well with chariots, or at least what's supposed to deal well with chariots, I imagine. Now here comes the Sosiek with this unit for Llewelin, and it's gonna go through and get to the Persian light archers. Good move by Llewelin, but point blank range it gets shot. It's still gonna get a good amount of kills though, or at least stop those units from firing. Llewelin actually broke through in the center, but those chariots are still alive. They have 221 kills. They're really getting shot at right now, and here they come, destroying those legionaries. Shield bearers crushing those slingers, and the chariots should be gone very soon, but they're still getting quite a good amount of kills, 230 right now. Considering what happened to the chariots, that they got shot in the beginning and they really charged frontally, they still did very well, and they had a lot of HP. They did 239 kills at the end of the day. But I wonder if this is enough for Erijami to take the victory here, because his archers now are unprotected. He has to kill this auxiliary cav, which actually got into his Persian light archers. This is really bad for him. And he has to win the melee engagement, but this is going to be really hard, because this is an Evocati unit. He can target the Legatus. Llewelin should be really careful, because his Legatus is actually, it could be targeted by Persian light archers. Erijami really doesn't see it until it's very late. And good thing he has skirmish mode off. But there goes the Legatus of Llewelin. And I'm not sure. It really depends on how much ammo Llewelin has remaining. No, not Llewelin, Erijami has his units. Here comes a citizen cap for Erijami. This should really ceiling blow here. It should destroy all those slingers. And now those Persian archers, light archers, are not really firing from the proper angle, because these guys, these Evocatis, actually they're firing to the right side of the Evocatis, but I think, yeah, Erijami can still win this. And he's killed all those slingers. So I wonder how much ammo he has left, but he should stop wasting his ammo on these routing units. He has to turn fire at will off. And his general is really tanking a lot here. He's gonna be able to win this engagement, especially with shield bearers. He's still targeting units that are routing. He should stop that because he already wasted like at least 2 volleys. It's not really good. Now he's gonna go for a back charge with Citizen Cav. This is a very good idea by Erijami, because this unit only has 10 men left, so it should really rout soon. But it's still steady apparently with 4 men left. Evocati's really hold on for a long time, it seems. Triaria also holding on for 10 men, and this is all considering that Rome doesn't have his general left, so it's really insane how long these units can hold out for. Rome may actually win here. It would be really insane if that happens. Evocati standing in the fight with 1 man left. It actually stood until it died. So the last man in the Evocati unit died. That's what it took. The unit could not be routed, essentially. Now these legionaries here, they have like 35 men, and like I don't know what happens because what's happening because Llewelin's units have pretty high morale for what's actually going on, but now they are 29 men and they are routed, so I guess it's really Evocati's that are really extremely hard to rout. Now Triaria getting hit from the rear. This is not the best unit to target. He should really be targeting and killing those Evocatis because he really doesn't have much that can deal with the Evocatis. He needs to be really firing from a better angle as well. Looks like Llewelin is turning on the defensive Testudo. And right now, basically what we should be seeing is Erijami just getting close to those units so that he can have better effectiveness with his archers, with his arrows. And then he should... Oh, nice volleys here into the back of those Triarii. Should be getting slightly closer. And he should be surrounding with his archers, but he's not doing that right now. And this shield bearer unit, he should be placing it behind his general because it's 7 men left and needs not to get killed. He's actually gonna start engaging. Huh.
I also don't see Erijami like exploiting flanking penalty, like surrounded penalty for biggest part of the game.
Yeah. Well, here comes the engagement, which is really risky, I find, because he still has ammo on his archers. Maybe he wants to force Llewelin to blob up with his swords, but this is it's gonna be a risky maneuver that he's trying to pull off. He might lose his general here.
I think he needs to engage when there is still ammunition because arrows have minus morale at the same time. I wonder if they do.
Oh, well,
I remember it being the case.
Yeah, it looks like he will be winning, so... It's just a question of how much ammo did he have, because if he had like lots of ammo left, then definitely he should have used it. But it does seem like he wins this game as well, so he's gonna be winning the match 3-0 and moving up to face Stradomski in the semi-finals. Very interesting.
Quite interesting. It's like he knows like amount of job his general did is insane.
Yeah, it really remained in the fight for a very long time. And his chariots still got 239 kills, despite them not really being able to do anything in the beginning at all. Like, they just charged frontally, they pulled out, and they got hit in the rear by slingers and by other units, but they still came back and just did 240. They killed 240, basically. Well,
but it really, you can see him being a strong player, I guess, for another reason. It's, I think in this game he played wider and more aggressive, probably knowing he have cavalry advantage. But, well, I wonder if he had, but at least in numbers it was probably equal. Yes, it was equal.
I'm not sure if he has cav advantage, because, no, I don't think so. Those are auxiliary cav. Auxiliary cav are quite strong. They're like 800. And those are 3 Sosiek with this.
But in the end, they all were. It felt like Seleucids had one free cavalry unit in the end, while Rome had everything tied up in a fight.
Huh. And they had the same amount.
And if we look at it, Rome actually had more units, but it felt like Seleucids wrapping around Rome. It's very surprising.
Yeah. Interesting.
Well, I guess this game is difficult to judge, really. We can see at least that spread out formation of Erijami works much better than a bit more compact approach of Llewelin overall.
Yeah.
But how it will be against equally spread out opponents, we're not sure yet.
Yeah. So, thank you guys for watching, and if you enjoyed it, don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Share the video, subscribe to Ro8, and I'll see you next time.
See you guys.